Hi, class. Today I'm going to read to you a story called Buttons by Tom Robinson. And this is a very easy story to read. That's why I chose this story. There's the cat Buttons. He was a cat. He was born in an alley. It was a back alley, very far back of all the rest of the alleys. It was full of broken boxes and tin cans and old shoes and other old things. He was born in the back part of the back alley in an ash can almost full of ashes. When he was 6 weeks old, he opened his eyes one morning and found that he was all alone. He was very hungry. He couldn't walk very well, but he could roll like anything. He rolled out of the ash can. And this is him. This is the trash can, but they're calling it an ash can, and the cat just rolled out of it. He ate anything that he could chew, whether it was good for him or not. It made him strong. And you see there's a hammer there, nails, pins. And now he's trying to go back into the ash can there. At first, he climbed back into the ash can to spend the nights because the ash can was his home. When he grew bigger, see, he looks bigger there, and stronger, he looked at his home and didn't care much about it, so he started up the alley. He was working toward the daylight at the end of it. In these days, he spent the night where he was when it came. Sometimes he met other cats. At first, these cats looked at him and let him alone because he didn't have anything they wanted. When he got further up the alley, he began to find things that other cats wanted. They tried to take them away from him. Okay. This is the cat right here that we're talking about, the main cat. And these are other cats that he met. Sometimes they did, sometimes they didn't. When he got bigger and stronger, nobody took anything away from him. And that's probably because he could fend for himself. See, he's found a mouse there, so no other cats are trying to take the mouse from him now that he's gotten bigger. But they tried. You could tell that by looking at him. His ears were torn, his face was scratched, his tail was broken. Obviously, he had gotten into a few fights, probably. His fur coat looked ragged and moth-eaten. His legs were bent and twisted till he walked pigeon-toed and bow-legged. So that cat has been beat up. Goodness. When all the other cats were afraid of him, he sat every night on the top of something and called them names. Okay. So see, he's sitting up there calling the other cats names. He wasn't dressed like a king, but he was king of the alley. Okay. One day a new cat came into the alley. He didn't know the king by looking at him, so he began to fight with him. He was a good-looking cat to start with and well-dressed, but soon his clothes were badly torn. This cat looks like he's been through quite a few fights. I like the pictures in this book. He got scared and ran away. He's running so fast, all you see is the cat's tail there. Our hero ran after him. So I'm guessing these two cats are going to become friends. See, that's the cat over there running away. He was running away here, and then he's gotten this far. And then the main character of the story is running after him. So I'm guessing that they're going to become good friends. He chased the strange cat from street to street. They came to a tall tree. Both cats ran up the tree, one after the other. The strange cat jumped onto a nearby roof, but he broke the top of the tree and our hero was left in the lurch. Okay, so this is the top of the tree. Looks like it's gotten broken. Oh, here's the cat up here. I was looking for him. Okay, and then here's the cat up in the tree. He was afraid to come down. So he was afraid to come out of the tree. Okay, and that's the fire department trying to get the cat up there. The fire department came and began to put a ladder up the tree. When he saw that ladder coming up, he jumped into the house near the tree. So he jumped from the tree through that window into the house. Yeah, cats can jump pretty far. He jumped right through the glass. He ran from floor to floor and room to room all over the house. This cat gets around. He was looking for a way out, but all the doors and windows were shut. So now that he's in the house, he can't get out of the house. At last, he ran down into the basement. And here's some rats here in the basement. And climbed into an ash can almost full of ashes. And went to sleep. He was very tired. So this cat, he's gotten used to finding ash cans. Or another name would be trash cans, but I guess these are trash cans filled with ash. When he woke up, he was not alone. Oh, let me go back. Okay, yeah, that was it. A man and a little girl were looking at him. A plate of nice fresh kidneys was there beside him. So I guess they bought the cat something to eat. He ate the kidneys. Then he washed up. You know, cats, they wash themselves. So you see the bowl is, there's no food left. He ate all the food that the girl and man bought for him to eat. He hadn't washed for a long time. He kept an eye on the little girl. She said to the man, "His fur is all in pieces. He ought to have buttons to hold the pieces together, so they called him Buttons." So now you see how the cat got his name. The girl named him Buttons because she felt that that he looked really raggedy and that he needed buttons to hold his fur together so that it wouldn't look so raggedy. Buttons tried to get away, but he couldn't. You see the man is holding him by the neck there, by the back of the neck. After a while, he didn't want to go. He stopped scratching and began to purr. His ears grew out, his tail grew straight, and his legs grew straight. His fur coat got all soft and smooth. He forgot he was an alley cat. He began to look like a gentleman and act like a gentleman. So you see his coat looks more shiny and he looks better kept. By and by, he was a gentleman. They're calling the cat a gentleman like it's a person. And lived happily ever after. Okay, so the cat is having a ball playing with the yarn and so forth. And that is the end of the story. So what can we learn from this story, Buttons? If it seems like if your environment changes, then you change with your environment. And a lot of times that happens in life. So this is why we have to be careful of who we choose as our friends, right? Right, class? So if you hang around a bad environment like this cat Buttons did, hanging out in the alley, then he adopted the ways of an alley cat. He always wanted to fight the other cats. He chased the new cat, the new strange cat that came in the neighborhood, and it was hard for him to make friends. And he was living in a bad environment, and his coat was raggedy, and he just he became bow-legged and pigeon-toed. So that was from his environment. But once the little girl and the man found him, and they fed him food that would provide nourishment for the cat, he ate some kidneys, and his fur grew out. He was no longer pigeon-toed. He was no longer bow-legged. His tail grew long and his fur filled out. He became more shiny, and they said he acted like a gentleman. In other words, he was more well-behaved. He was a kinder, more gentler cat. And that was because his environment changed. So that's just something to think about, that if we change our environment, then we can hopefully become better people. Even though this is a story about a cat, but we can still learn something from this story. Please like and subscribe to my channel, Adult Literacy and English Language. Let's give this video a thumbs up. I hope you enjoyed this story. Share it on social media with someone who you know is struggling to read. I'll see you in the next one, Lord willing. Thanks for watching. Bye.